Hi everybody, Mature Simmer here. So welcome back to the next round in Myrtle Beach Invitational. We're going to be playing round 2 right now. Hopefully we can continue the good golf. I'd like to think that, maybe I've turned some corner in my ability and consistency, but until we really start making that a norm, that won't necessarily be the case. An update I will give you, when I played round 1, I said they still had not closed out the previous week. They have now. So instead of 700 some people, the total is down to 476 people who played the full 4 weeks, because basically they delete all the other folks. That's getting down to a more reasonable situation. We had really been sitting between 800 and 1,000 people trying to qualify every week. And I had been indicating early on that I thought, oh, eventually we're going to fall down. Now, again, in 2K23 when I was playing, and I get that was, getting into the latter part of the second year since the game was out, where we are still here in basically the first 6 months since 2K25 has come out. So we're about a year away from where I was in 2K23 timeline time. We were down to maybe 200 people in a given week trying to qualify, which was what was happening at the time when I did ultimately get a tour card with a par score. So with the 476, they still gave cards to, I think, 62 of those players. So about 15% of the field again, which I think has been a pretty consistent as well with what they've been providing. But the key point was instead of 22 under being the cutoff point, it dropped to 19 under. So it's still far, far better than par golf. 1 over is not going to get me there. Even if I maintain this level and I finish 4 over, I'm going to be 23 strokes away, but it's going to be better than being nearly 50 away like I was last week, where it was 22 under was the cutoff and I scored 27 over, so I was 49 strokes away. It still cuts things by a third or so, maybe a little bit more, and so that is what I was expecting to see. It just seems to have taken a little bit longer. And again, it could be that this week is an anomaly, and or last week was an anomaly, and this week now we're suddenly going to see 700 or 800 people again. But I think eventually people who just aren't determined, who aren't going to persevere, are going to fall off and say, you know what, I'm not interested in just pounding my head against the wall. But as I've shared multiple times, even if I don't qualify, I would be playing the same course and doing exactly what I'm doing, whether I have a tour card or not. So to me, it's just participating in TGC tours is the enjoyable part. And if I get onto a tour, that's, just kind of gravy on top of everything else. But with all that said, that's the update I have between the rounds. Let's jump in here and see what we see. All right, it did move us to the white tees, so we will be a little closer. But wind speed has moved up to high. The default is firm on the fairways, and technically it's the same on the greens, but they have it set away from default to firm. And green speed is fast, which I think is a little bit quicker, although again, if I recall, the medium fast was 8.5, although I think I've seen fast at like 9 something, so maybe that's what that means. All right. Nice, crisp, clear morning, but a good breeze right at me here, so it shouldn't be too bad, but that probably means I can go here too and drive it a little bit further and not run the risk of rolling off. All right, perfect on the contact. Again, on my woods, I did add to the contact. This obviously wasn't a wood, this was my driver, but hopefully we've improved that. All right, so we're going to go back, say maybe 10. So the change here of 14 is probably okay. I may just kind of go with it. I'm compensating for the lie a little bit. All right, it is curving. It's probably curving too far. Ooh, all right, well, so there you go. Glad I didn't like choke up. That would have made it even worse. So now we will do a super flop. And we're going to pull it back a little bit. Because, yeah, 10% would basically be 1.3 yards. So in theory, this will be what I want here. Okay, at the pin. Still a little too far, but really close. So hopefully an easy par here. And it basically was. It stayed a little farther to the right than I would have liked. I would have liked a little bit of movement, given that I was compensating for what was on the hill there. But again, big cross breeze. These are the ones that are tough. So again, perfect contact. It was a little bit of a pull, but you know, most of that is the 15-mile-an-hour wind. So 2 feet up. My goodness. All right, we're going to play this game here. I don't like doing partials, but well, maybe I do just... No, choking up is way, way more. Because, yeah, I think that 95 might be okay. All right. Wind. We're on the green. Are we going to stay, though? I think it'll be all right. Maybe not. It's rolling a lot more than I figured. The way it was slowing down, but hey, it got caught by the edge and stayed on the green. So, very nice. Can we pull off a bit of a miracle here? Oh, bad. Oh, maybe not. Look at that. It was like not a great stroke. Thought I was keeping it too far left, but we pull an eagle out where we had birdied that hole before. So, I'm under par again. I think this would also be the first time ever in a non-first round that I've been under par overall. So that's nothing to sneeze at. So let's see. We're going down 12, which will compensate the wind. So we're going to try a choked approach a little, because otherwise I think I'm too close. Pretty open, 7%. Oh boy. Oh, will we get lucky? No. It was like, oh, we're gonna walk the ridge line and come on in, but no. It was a good try though. It was a good old college try. All right. 80%, about 18. I don't know. I'm gonna go up a little bit. I'm gonna go up a bit. Get me close. Not as close as I liked, and it's gonna roll off, because I can see the angle on that. I think this is the one I putted in for a par off the fringe last time. I did it on some hole. Oh, way too hard. I mean, I didn't go past the position, but again, with the fast, so it'll be short-lived. And when I say it, oh, come on. I mean, I had a little bit of a pull, but that's kind of been my normal stroke. Double bogey? Yeah. So now we're right back. But what I meant short-lived is, yeah, the under par in a second round for the overall will be very short-lived. All right, we're going to go over here and hope we get a nice rollout. Okay. I like the fact that I keep getting perfect contacts off the tee. That is a helpful result, and this is exactly what I wanted to take advantage. Wow, 372. That is definitely... I don't know that I've broken 375 ever. And obviously that has something to do with like hitting downhill or other things. But yeah, having a wind at your back certainly helps. So, choked approach. We want to do a choked approach and a bit of a holdout. All right, 98, so a little harder, but we lost some power. It snuck onto the green. Whoops, I don't want to. I want to let people enjoy the drama. I keep forgetting. I was like, it's barely crawling. Let's move it along. Okay. This is going to be tricky. It's possible, but it's tricky. It's a very gradual downhill, so I definitely don't want to go too much. All right, coming back, but too far. Okay. Wow. That's a lot further than I thought. When I went by the hole, I thought I was still going to end up really close. I'm going to be more than 10 feet away, I think. Yeah, 12 feet. Wow. Okay, so I do not make it easy. Darn it. All right, a bogey. Some of it, you know, high winds will make it a challenge, but it shouldn't, you know, make it impossible. I mean, there's a heck of a lot of cross breeze going on here. All right, we're going to choke up, and we're going to try this. Okay, the wind needs to do more than it's doing. Maybe not. Maybe I had the review wrong. Okay. It's going to roll all the way up the hill. I thought it might catch on that grade and then roll back down, but... Alright. So yeah, we have a lot of downhill here. I just need to get to that point. That will be gravity at that point. Come on, come on. Oh, awful. That would have been beautiful to score another eagle. 2 eagles in a round. I think that would have been a first. I may have done it one time before, but I don't think so. All right. All right, perfect, perfect. This is all wind in theory. Not enough. Wow, okay. I went too far over then. That's basically what I learned there. All right, we're going up in the air. We're going across. Oof. It's going to be a high arc, so I think we'll be all right, but we're only losing like 5 yards, so that's way too far. So yeah, let's try this. I don't know. Seems about right. Okay, we did cross the tree. We had an open on top. It's a big green. We'll be on, but it's not too bad. Again, probably a bit more than I'd like. And it's going to go away. I'm like, I know at the hole it's going to go away, but yeah. All right. Oh, you are awful. You are awful. Ugh. I don't like those. All right, so we've eked back up again. I am fighting. I am not going down easy, I'll tell you that. All right, 175 is going to move me to 190. Ish. This is about what I want. Maybe too far left. We hit it closed. It's straightening out a little. Let's see what kind of roll we get. All right, it's up on the hill. Don't go away from the hole, please. Please. All right. Again, a little bit here, but man, 40 feet. So much can happen in 40 feet. I'm hitting a little bit light each time because you can see I'm clearly still, 8 feet past the hole is not nothing. Pretty straight stroke. Get the par. So a lot of marks on the card after the first hole. Both good and bad. Unfortunately, more bad than good, which is why we're one stroke up. But, alright, par 5. Nice. I'll take that. That's kind of gonna... not quite straighten out, but let's see. Okay. Alright. Now it's gonna dry... Well... with the fast, you know what? I'm gonna do this. It's going to pull me back 4 yards, but it should have some kind of a roll. And 4 yards is not that much. I'm liking where this is headed. Maybe I shouldn't have. Huh. Man, I think the distance was actually really nice. Just did not work out for me. All right. So we're going to have to do the pick. Gonna bring this down. This might still be too much. Let's see. How close you gonna get? I'd say that's pretty good. Don't! Oh, I hate when it does that. But that's okay. Alright, a bird. So again, par 5s, taking advantage of them. Very helpful. Alright, a breeze at me. I'm going to go full driver here. Just need to stay away from going to the right, and I think I did. Alright, that's alright. Gets me close. The wind's going to definitely push it back too, and the heavy rough. Ooh, way closed. We're on, but we are a long way away. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 60 feet. That's what I was going to say. All right. A little bit of a shelf down there. So we're going to let the shelf do its thing. And nope, it's just going to kind of end up straight there, but not bad. That was actually pretty good. It might have been short if it was on target. I don't know. Oh! Ooh! I was like, are you going to fall? Woo! Alright, well, I am even through 9. Now again, the back 9 was a challenge for me. So let's see. Now I do have... I don't think I can... That's 352 yards. Who am I kidding? There's no way I'm carrying that. I'm probably... The 235 is almost too far. Because, yeah, I'm like it's 300 at best to the front of the green. Ooh. Hit the... bounce back on? Nope. Nope. Shoot. So, off target there. That never helps. Oh boy. We're going to be kicking off to the right with the lie. This is going to push us back. I think I might. I don't know. Let's try it. Ooh, what am I doing with the closed shots? Oh god, get through the fence. Oh my god, is this actually going to end up It may not. No, it's going to curve. I'm like, is this going to end up on the green? Okay, well, that's what the slow drama's for. Like, at least if it gets through the fence, I know it's in bounds. Oh my god, this is... There's some yellowish, reddish there. Like, this is hurtful. I need to get to the hill. Come on, get to the hill. Alright, it did. But I'm like, I really can't do much beyond that. But wow, that went a long way out. Oh boy. That is still a challenging putt. Maybe? No. Ah. It looked hopeful in the first third, and then it really took a turn. Alright. Another bogey. So yeah, greens are certainly not easy, but no, the back half here, I struggled. That's where I did lose some of my success. Now again, the closer tee here, because this was a 609-yard hole, I believe, off the back tees. So, like, I'm potentially, well, I'm not really drivable because of the wind. Now again, if I do, can I do a, no, I can't. I can just do, okay, never mind. I was like, can I do a stinger? But that, I think, is just off the tee, because I think that is supposed to drive through the wind a little bit better. Alright, perfect, perfect. A little weak on the power. It's hard to tell if it says 8 or 0. Are we gonna? No, we're not gonna quite roll there, but again, it's a par 5. So, being in that position, I'm gonna back it off a bit with the low flop or long flop. Ah, not on target, but alright, not bad. Maybe I should have just stuck with the full amount. Oh boy. Yeah, I definitely should have stuck with the full amount, because this is gonna... Oh, come on. Like, how far is this gonna go? Is it gonna get to some other ridge that then is gonna just keep going? Because I really don't like those kind of greens at all. I can't honestly stand them. So this was another one. I parred it, but I couldn't take advantage of the birdie. It's really going that way, so we're gonna do this. Alright, up. It's not going where I thought. Oh, come on. And I knew, I thought it was dumping off the back. Alright, we're trying really hard here. Nope. But we should be close enough. Don't. There was a little dump on that side. You can see there's a little downhill. I'm like, do not get to the big one. Go in. Go in. Oh. Double bogey. Ouch. All right. Well, it is causing me grief and agony. All right, 11. Yeah, we'll give it a go here. I'm going to go over a little bit more. All right, it's curving back. Are we going to stay on the level here? Yes, I think we will. All right. So hopefully I can get one stroke back here. That is the hope. You... Yeah. I was worried I had gone way too far for that, but again, when it's that slow, sometimes that ball just really goes with the slope more than what you're doing. I don't know. I get him doing some stupidness. I'm basically thinking I can get a bounce, and no, it's not going to happen. It was just stupid. All right. It was just dumb play. I'm trying to do a hero shot to, like, claw my way back instead of just playing soundly. And it's costing me. So I think we're going to do this. All right, good hit. Perfect, perfect. Power's up there. All right, not bad, honestly. All right. So it's, yeah, sometimes tricky trying to figure out, because you don't get the exact line number, so you're, you know, what it's going to take off, so you're trying to figure it out. Wow. Again, I was like, it's going to move. I'm going to power through it in the beginning a bit. It's not, and then it's not going to move in the back half, and that was what was going through my head, and obviously I underestimated it just a smidge. I had it there, and then I moved it back. Wow. Oh boy. Not the best. That's gonna... Well, maybe it won't end up in the sand, though. Alright. Just in the heavy rough, which I take as a victory in a little bit. So probably be short. We're hooking back. Are we going to clear the bunkers? No. I was going to say barely, and then it just sucked it back in. Alright. So, oh boy. Alright, well, this is about the best I can do. Alright, we're in the right direction. Just what kind of roll we gonna get? Not bad. Hoping that's an easy putt, but some of that just depends. And sadly, ooh, it did go back a bit. I'm like, it's heading too far left. And all we did was hang a par on the tree there. Okay. So last par 5. In both cases in the first round, I did not take advantage of this. Ooh, we're going to hang on? We are. Ooh, we're going to be shooting through the trees, though. Because I'm not sure where the hole is. Well, we got over 375. All right, not quite. So that's good. That's very good. All right, 13. Because we're going to lose about 4. I'm going to choke up a bit. I think that's what I need to do. All right, I'm liking the trajectory. Just do we have the right distance? Maybe. Not bad, not bad. It might roll off, because again, it's a fast green, and this thing takes forever. Oh, it's going to hang on barely. Wow, okay, but I'll take that. And at the end, it's going to do something crazy. Question is it going downhill? It doesn't look like it, but if I go past the hole at all, it will. So I am going to be soft. I would rather be short than go down. I don't know that I'd want to be that short, but... Alright, I still got a shot here. Come on. Oh, you're awful. Alright. We've got a par. So again, yeah, the back 2 par 5s, I did the same type of thing. I just could not capitalize on under par scores on those. They're just fighting me too hard. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna put a backspin on it. I don't know, we'll see. I I think this is a bit of a crazy shot. It's coming back to where I need it. Wow. This is going to work out really, really nicely. Wow. Okay. Now it's just not choking on it. Oh boy. Oh, you're awful. You're awful. Just a par. Oh my god, that was such a glorious tee shot, and then I still two-putt it. Ah, that hurt. There's nothing else to say. It hurt. Too far right. That's going to end up in a bad spot. Yep. Oh, it was a par 4. I guess I could have moved that one along. All right. So with the increase and all that, we're gonna just go with it. You can't even see the flag. That's crazy. I guess you kind of can. Oh, way left. Oh, it's not going to get up the hill. It's going to stop and roll back. God darn it. All right. And again, there was probably a 10% drop in the ability there, so it's hard because sometimes some of those sand shots, they do carry with what they say they're going to carry. Oh, don't you dare. I think maybe I did make it up, but I was too careful. Because again, it's downhill on the back side. Okay. I think this is now for a bogey. Yep. So my cautiousness definitely created a problem there. If I was more aggressive on the first shot, I probably would have had a pretty easy second one, but it's just being really, really careful, and it got me. Oh, crazy pull, but nope. Oh, it will at least bounce out of the sand, though. Okay. All right, with the wind, it should compensate for the lie and the low power. Yep, so that worked okay, other than, again, further away from the hole, but it's coming around. I think I had this happen last time. I don't remember if I ended up, I don't think I ended up with a birdie. I think it was just challenging. Because again, yeah, because I remember you can roll right off here. Because it's down, it's not online. God darn it. But just stop. All right, because at least I can get the par, because I think I ended up with a bogey on this hole. But now I certainly have a par this time, and maybe I had a par last time, but all right, so 4 over, I think. Yeah. Again, better than I've been doing, but again, we had closer tees. Yes, we had high wind, but again, to be competitive, I got to be able to play in those conditions and capitalize on things. So I do have, fittings, all that. All right, so we hit weekly quest. That gives us a bunch of fittings and balls and all that. Yeah, so whoever Pesky Peanut is, they have been on top a lot. The I Love Jesus one is one from last season that I remember. But Mikey Angelo, I don't know if they're not playing or what, but I haven't seen their name. But Pesky Peanut has kind of become the new fixture on the top of the leaderboard. And once again, they're probably not in the qualifying round. They're probably just playing in whatever flight they're in. But yeah, at this point, we're 5 over. We got to do better. So we're obviously going to keep working to do better. We'll see how everything works out that way. But as always, if you haven't dropped a like or are not a subscriber, please consider those things, and I will see you next time.